Okay, now we're going to go through index laws, including negative and fractional. So if you haven't already had a go at these, please pause the video and then come back and reflect on your understanding. So anything to the power of half actually means square root. So we're actually doing square root of 81. So we get the answer to be 9. Now for the next one, we're actually doing the square root of the 100. And then the other two values, I'm actually going to write them in a bracket to help you see how we do this. So we have 100 to the half. We have k to the 8 to the half. And we also have p to the 12 to the half. Now this just helps remind us of our other index laws that we know. So this means square root of 100, so that becomes 10. Now whenever we have a bracket, we multiply the powers. So we're going to do 8 times a half, so a half of 8 is just 4. And then for the p to the 12 to the half, we're going to multiply the 12 and a half, and we get p to the 6th. Okay, we have 7 to the negative 1. Anything with a negative 1 power becomes a fraction, which becomes the reciprocal. So we get 1 over 7. It's technically 1 over 7 to the 1, but we don't need to write the 1. Just like a reminder that if it was 7 to the negative 2, it would be 1 over 7 squared, so it would be 1 over 49. Okay, I'm just going to erase that so we're not confused with the answers. Now, the next one, we've got 4 to the 3 over 2. So, it's going to be 4 to the half, then cubed. We're going to take this out and do it after. So, this means square root. So, we're going to get 2 cubed, because this in the bracket becomes a 2. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. It just gives us 8 as a final answer. Now, we've got 3 to the negative 2. This means 1 over 3 squared. Answer is 1 over 9. Now, here we have 36 to the negative 1 over 2. Negative a half. Okay, that negative means it's going to be a fraction. 1 over 36 to the half. Then we remember that 36 to the half means square root 1 over 6, because we do the square root. Okay, moving down here, it's very similar to the one we did, the 100, k to the 8, p to the 12 one. So we're going to have 64 to the half. You can put it in brackets if you want, you don't actually need to. Then we've got r squared to the half, j 20 to the half. Now 64 to the half is just the square root. So we're going to have 8. And then here we're going to multiply the powers because we have a bracket. So we get r to the 1, because 2 times a half is just 1. J to the 10, because we're doing 20 times a half. That's it. Okay, 27 to the 3rd is the same as the cube root of 27. So we're going to get 3. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And then for the last one, we have to the power of a half of everything. So it's technically the square root of 64 over 121. We know that's the same as 64 over root 64 over root 121, which would equal 8, because the square root of 64 is 8 over 11, square root of 121. Check out the next video where I'm going to be covering surds and simplifying.